Yeah, today on Crazed Performance Repair, we're going to have a quick little chat because we're going to have an unedited video from lack of computer. My editing computer is down. I screwed something up. I'm playing around with some stuff, just diving into Linux and having some interesting times with some operating system things. But that aside, that's why you're getting an uncut, unedited video. I'm putzing with this VLOM here. This is the Riveted style VLOM. For those of you who don't know, that's a valley lifter oil manifold. This is what controls the AFM system in the older models. I'm preparing this one to go as a modified VLOM on my website, and when I do the ones for my website that I sell, I gut them for shipping reasons because it's quite heavy the way it is now. And because this is a riveted together one, I figured it'd be kind of cool to just cover something quick on video, so I could at least get a video to you guys to explain, while I'm taking this apart, what is going on with everything. I have some videos in the back burner. I have some really good stuff, but that's going to be a little while before I get to it. So I'm going to quick talk about this VLOM here and how I'm going to take it apart, and some other things here at the end. So I got a chisel here. This is a nice sharp chisel, and all I'm doing is I'm taking and putting a nick in here and then using this chisel to pry it apart. So get a little closer here. Don't have a camera stand or nothing out here. I'm just using my phone. We're going straight raw, crude video, old school. But we're going to go ahead, and I already put the nick in it, so I'm going to use this to pry it apart now by popping this guy in there. Just like so. You can see how it just spreads apart. Now this is an aluminum deal, and it's squeezed on around this threaded area here. It looks like threads. I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. No, that's not threads. There's just a ring. It's like a ribbed area. So that's all I'm doing. I'm splitting it open. And of course I have to do it on the concrete. You guys won't be able to see this. But I'm going to put a split in it with this and then do the same thing to pry it apart. And this is the last one here. So being this is the last one, I should be able to pull this cover off in front of everybody, and we'll see what this guy's made out of versus the other style. Now the other style, it's bolted together here, and you can just undo the bolts and pull it all apart. It's rather easy. This one takes a little bit more because you have to cut those rivets. But I want to see if this guy has a filter or anything in it, because the other style has a filter built into it. Oh, this tab. There's a tab here. Oh, there we go. Chisel. Trying to get this little tab off for the connector. So I'm going to have to put something, wire something into the connector, some resistors when I modify these things, so that the computer sees it as a functioning VLOM electronically, but it technically doesn't function. That way people can still get a tune. That's how I kind of advertise it for sale on my site. Okay, so there's that assembly there. That's interesting. Boy, the gasket is a lot different on this style. The other style is a completely different animal. So, this has no filter things. Oh, but it does have something interesting in here. I've actually never had one of these apart yet. How does that come out of there? There's a weird tab in this guy. This might be a more interesting video than I thought it was going to be, because I have never seen one of these yet. I'm going to try knocking this out with the chisel once. So who cares if I damage it, right? Nope, it just chiseled a chunk out. It won't come out of there. Well, see that little guy there? It's like for every one of them has one. There's like a little hole in it. I'm going to have to try and pull those out. I'll probably use a pick or something. I'm not going to leave them in there. And then these studs here, I wonder if I can't just knock them off. Yeah, I could knock them off like that, but I feel like I'm risking damaging the housing. In fact, it looks like those guys are pressed into there, so I probably shouldn't do that because I might create a leak in the long term. So I'm just going to leave them sticking out like they are. Good enough. Weird. Very weird. Alright, there's that. Let's see what we got for solenoid packs here. Now I have pulled the solenoids off of here once before. There is a locking ring in here, and they come out and then they come with a couple of pieces, but there's no actual filter in this style, which is interesting. So the other style, no pieces laying around here. I took one apart just the other day. I was hoping one of the plastic pieces got kicked across the floor, but I don't see anything. They have these little, they almost look like a little hat, like a little top hat. They got a flat spot with a bigger base, and then the top has a little cone sticking out, and that cone part has a micro screen in it. And that filters out debris and oil before it goes down into the lifter passage. That, of course, activates that AFM lifter. Now, those things can plug up and they can fail. Not much I can do for taking that apart. They can plug up and they can fail, and that's why I do the VLOM modification where I cut the gaskets. I don't just put the plug in, I cut the gaskets because you never know if that thing's going to fail. So, there is that. Alright. What all did I need to talk about here? I might as well give you guys a quick shop update of what's happening in here. I did get a full AFM camshaft upgrade delete kit done on a Yukon just last week. Yeah, the middle of last week I had it running, kind of fine-tuning the tune part of it, things like that. That video will eventually come. It's going to be a while. I got a lot of editing to do, and like I said, my editing computer is down. That's why you're with me like this. My skid loader has given me a bit of trouble recently. I had a battery issue with charging it, things like that. Just this morning, I had it running outside, and it was running perfectly fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I came in, I just left it run because I just started it, and I wanted to warm up. I was going to pull it right back in when I pulled the vehicle out. Pulled the vehicle out, parked it, came back, did a couple things quick, went to get the skid loader and pull it in, and there's a huge puddle underneath. It didn't dawn on me what that puddle was, or that there was even a puddle there, until I got it in the skid loader, and next thing I know, it smells like gas. I'm like, ooh, that's a strong gas smell. I pull it in, I shut it off, get out, and I hear something running out the bottom of the skid loader. Huge gas leak. There was a little pipe plug that somehow worked itself loose on the carburetor, and it was just pouring fuel out. I'm lucky I didn't start the damn thing on fire. Not cool. So that was a surprise incident. But we have a few things going on in the shop. I just wanted to give everybody an update. Now, this update is normally a video that would go on my website. So I have quite a mess going on yet, but I've been giving updates on my website as to what I'm doing in the shop and where I'm at for the premium members. I'm doing a video every week there. It's like this. It's an uncut video. Gotta turn a light on here. You guys won't be able to see me. Of showing what it's at. In fact, this video is gonna go on there as well. So if you're really curious about what's going on for some reason or another, you're actually truly interested, go ahead and hit up that website. You'll be supporting me. It's a small fee, but with that fee, obviously you can come in there and ask me any advice you want, and I'm going to be more than willing to give it. I typically give all the advice I need to give naturally without payment, but if you get a little deeper diving problem, I'm going to be more apt to get at you faster just by being subscribed. So I will see that and I will know. So what do I got going on here? We have a bunch of insulation up. I'm starting to get my room finished off here as far as insulation, lighting, electrical. I got a little electrical done. See, I got a couple outlets there. My network is cheap, quick, dirty, just a 2.4 cheap network. I don't want anything fancy in the garage or shop area. I got triple out there. That's where my computer desk is going to go, which I explained on my website in the previous video that you guys do not see on YouTube. I got a little bit of shelving there. That's, of course, going to be for some miscellaneous supplies, things like this. And this little space is going to be just an office for me, where I'm going to use it for the computer, looking up things, kind of getting things done up here for paperwork. I have an office in the house that I'm also using. And that one is where we ship out all the items from, things like that. So now I'm no longer having all the items in the shop. But you can see I got my toolbox. Toolbox is kind of sitting here and arranged. Television there. And then the last video I did on YouTube, I did talk about this thing up here. And there was no floor or anything. This is kind of the update for where I'm going with this. I'm not finished, not even close. I still have to support it. So the plan is, you can see I got a gap between the toolboxes here. Right there on the floor is going to be a post that goes up. Now that post If I look from this angle, tripping over all the crap I got on the floor, that post is going to come from about right there, go all the way up, and land approximately there. Come on, focus, camera or phone. It's going to land there, and then of course the beam is going to attach to that wall, go across here and all the way to the end, and that's going to be a main support beam. Now you can see the doorway here. That's a little funky, right? Of course, this whole section here is going to get cut out, drop down to the floor level at a later date, and then that door and everything is going to come down with it. This is all temporary on that wall, just so I can use it for the winter and until I finally get around to bringing that down to where it's supposed to be. And then, of course, wood stove. I think I talked about that in the last one. I think I had it here already. That has been doing great for me, especially now that I have insulation done. All else is looking good. Update on videos and what I should bring to you guys. I can bring one more unedited video, and I think I will. Leave a comment down in the description below, but what I'm thinking is a pushrod video update. A while back, I talked about the newer engines, the direct injection engines, the 2014-ish and up, all the way up to the brand new DFM engines. They're having pushrod bending issues, and I was not sure about the solution at the time when I did that video. I am positive about the solution now. I have been selling push rods, and I've sold quite a few push rods, and it has taken care of the issue. If you want me to do a separate video on them push rods, I am definitely considering it. I'm probably going to do it, but go ahead and leave a comment. Hit that like button. So like, share, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.